YouTube. If I'm being a little quieter, it's cause it's early as fuck in the morning and I'm not trying to wake no one up. So I know I usually do like hacking content and shit, but now I want to, since Hack the Box has been like copywriting my stuff, I want to start transitioning into other IT related content, and just because I want to share the little knowledge that I do have for any of you network admins, network technicians, or whatever. I'm gonna be showing y'all some packet tracer labs that I did, and along with some configs and some notes that I took. So, just to introduce myself, like, I'm Network Plus certified. I'm still chasing that CCNA. I'm trying to break into the field. So I do stuff like this as practice. So this is what you're looking at right here. Is a basic EIGRP lab, like the name says. So I'm gonna go over some configs. So first of all, you have two router on a stick LANs with a PC, one host in each LAN, one switch, and one router. And then the routing setup, you have 3 routers in an EIGRP autonomous system 2. So that EIGRP is how I'm routing between the 2 LANs. Alright, so connecting each router is a crossover cable, and connecting each devices within the LAN is straight through cables, which I'm using. So let me just dive into the configs. So for the PC config, you're gonna see I'm using dhcp, so I configured dhcp. For most labs, you don't really need to do dhcp. You could choose to if you want to, or you could choose to put static IPs. But like, if you're trying to be professional, you gotta know dhcp. So I'll go over those configs too, for those of y'all that don't know. So going into the switch, I haven't configured shit on the switch. Like, I haven't configured a host name, banner, none of that. I just did exactly what I needed to do for the EIGRP lab. So, but like IRL, you would be configuring like a host name, password, a banner, and stuff like that. For those of y'all that don't know, like, off topic, you need a banner for legal reasons. Because if someone, I know it sounds weird, but if someone uses your system, unauthorized access, and you kind of need that banner to legally show that, like, yo, we told people you can't use this. Alright, so I don't even know how I enter config mode. Show run. Alright, so I already configured this machine, so I'm not gonna like tear it down and set it all back up. But what I will do is show you guys my notes and configs. In any future labs or whatever, I'll do it from scratch. And yeah, but for now I'm just gonna show you guys configs. I only have one access port to the VLAN and one trunk port. So I put a description. That's a good thing to do IRL, because like, you want to be able to at a glance see what interface, like what you're using the interface for, type shit. So you like put that as a description. I didn't put a description for this because it's a trunk port, but whatever. You don't have to be exact on everything. Hold on. I have a VLAN 100 with the IP 10.10.10.2. So just to explain, there's a 10.10.10.0 network right here. There's a 10.10.11.0 network right here. Change this to 10. That was an accident. It's a typo. Alright, so everything here, it's a /24 network. I guess I don't really need that for one PC, but usually in most LANs you're gonna use /24 because that should usually cover, unless you're in like some huge environment or whatever. But yeah, generally you're gonna be using /24. So everything, the first 3 octets are gonna be the same. Hold on, let me reopen that config. So that's default gateway 10.1. Yeah, that's another thing. Like the default gateway, you usually want to make it the first available IP after the network address. It's just simple that way. So I didn't do much else. Show VLAN brief. You're gonna see default VLANs, all the other interfaces. You're gonna see FA0/2 is not shown because it's a trunk port, and FA0/1 fast Ethernet 0/1 is in the PC VLAN or VLAN 100. So let's get into the router. Enable show run. So I set up the dhcp, but before I go over that, I'm gonna show y'all the basic inter VLAN routing that I did. This is a link to the switch 0/0. There's no IP on the actual internet interface, but what I did do is configure a sub interface. So to configure a sub interface is the exact same command as a regular interface. So a little typo right there. So the command I use is encapsulation.1q100, and I set up an IP. That's really all it is. And you have connectivity. So now for the EIGRP. Section. EIGRP. Section, the right command? Yeah. I have EIGRP AS number 2 and the network 10.0.0.0. And then router 2, you see the new adjacency showing up because I just started the lab. Enable show run. Show run section EIGRP network 10.0.0.0. So basically it for router 2. It's the same thing. Like I just configured the interfaces linked to router 0, linked to router 1 at the IP. There's no sub interfaces on this one. And this one is basically the exact same config as router 0, but the IPs are changed. And there's a dhcp port here. Link to switch, encapsulation.1q. Yeah, same stuff. Alright, so next I'm gonna be covering the dhcp real quick. And after that, I'm gonna cover like the actual EIGRP commands. So for dhcp, I'm gonna open up my notes because you kind of have to have notes for this type of stuff. Highly recommend it. I use Obsidian, like I showed you in my other video. Where is it? dhcp. These are the basic configs. Command is IP dhcp pool, the pool name. net, the network address. That's basically the network or the pool of addresses that you're using. So like, for example, hold on, let me open this. So for example, 10.10.10.0 in the subnet mask. You have, and after that, you set up a default gateway. Default. The actual command is default TAC router, but you could use this abbreviation and it'll recognize the command. You can set up a exclusion with the command IP dhcp exclusion, and you can set up a reservation by telling it the hardware address and the host, and this host command will basically tell the router the IP that it's reserving for this MAC address. But I didn't set up reservations in this lab, so whatever. So for the EIGRP, so when you're configuring EIGRP, you gotta know what routers and what network. So essentially, this is all basically a common network of 10.0.0.0 slash what's that, 24.16/8. But when you're actually doing like EIGRP, you have to know what network is behind the router. So for instance, I'm in router 0, right? So when I go into router EIGRP 2, like the command you would use is network 10.10.10.0, because that's the command that it'll use to set up adjacencies and advertise this network that's behind it. So when I do show run and section EIGRP, you'll see it's 10.0.0.0, but there's basically the router summarizing all its adjacencies. So you can actually disable this summarization with the command no auto summary, but with all those network statements, the router can just summarize it to basically say one network. So for instance, you have 10.10.10, 10.12, 10.10.12, 10.10.13, 10.10.11. You can summarize that as 10.0.0.0 because all these networks would fit within that space. So that's what the summarization does. But you can disable that because there are situations where you don't want that. However, when you're setting it up, just common practice, you would use the network that's behind each router. So for this router, I'd advertise 10.10.10.0. And on router 2, wait, forgot to enter global config mode. On router 2, the networks I would advertise are 12.0 and 13.0, because this router needs to be able to reach 13 in order to reach 11. So we would advertise 13 to everybody, but we're mainly advertising 13 to this router right here. And we also advertise 12 to this router, so it has a route to get to this network. And once it reaches, any packet that reaches this router will be taken care of by the enter VLAN routing. So as long as you're able to hit this router, you can hit the switch with a PC. And of course, this router, for its EIGRP statements, I use a network 10.10.11.0, but it all pretty much gets summarized as 10.0.0.0 because that encompasses all the networks. So that's about it for the EIGRP lab. Uh, Next, I'll be doing an IPsec site-to-site VPN lab, and actually that one, I think I might just do it from the ground up because it's a little more complex. But EIGRP is pretty simple, so yeah, that's about it. I don't know if I'll be back to doing hack the box videos. I'll see what I can do, because like I said, I'm kind of short. I can only upload retired machines. So you'll see I actually unprivated some of those. So if I get copyright claimed again, I'm just done off hack the box. But for now, I'm still testing the waters to see how it goes. So I'll see y'all in the next video, and peace.